Too many men lose a good woman because they stupidly choose to feed their ego with other women's attention instead of valuing and appreciating the love and loyalty of their own woman who ignores every other man for them.
Question for the men. Why is it that men have stopped approaching women in public? Because I feel like back in the day, like early 2000s, maybe the 90s, it was so common for men to walk up to women, strike up a little conversation, and just see where things go. But nowadays, I don't see that happening anymore. Why? Like, what exactly changed for you guys?
If the man that was pursuing you all of a sudden stopped pursuing you, it is not because he didn't like you from the very start. Trust me, he liked you. That's why he was putting in effort. The bottom line is that he probably wasn't receiving much effort back from you. And that's why he didn't even bother communicating to you what the problem was, because he just figured that you weren't really that interested in him. So that's why he went silent.
That's the way I said that a woman will pick up a man's dream and do it because we're the helper. We're going to show it. A man is always supposed to make sure the woman reaches her destiny in life. And if he can't get you to your destiny, it's not for you. You have to always remember those things. You have to. He has to push you to become what you're supposed to be. If he's not interested in it, he's not for you. Because now you're going to be frustrated and angry with him because you're now in a place and you're not growing.
A lot of modern women continue to say that men aren't putting forth effort. Yes, I am. I'm just not giving you the effort because you on some BS.
We opened our joint bank account when we bought a home together. Okay. But we had a lot of legal paperwork too. We bought our home before we got married, which, by the way, my mom was not a fan of. But we signed all this paperwork that was basically like, what happens if Viv dies? What happens if Boo dies? What happens if we both die? What happens if we break up? Like, every single scenario was accounted for. And that's healthy because we were treating our relationship like a business. And I think, honestly, relationships would be so much better if we treated them with the same type of respect we give when we open businesses.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
Who is worse at taking rejection, men or women? When a woman gets rejected, the first thing she turns to is what? Oh, he must be. Because he couldn't possibly just not like her, right? He gotta be. Or something gotta be wrong with him. Oh, he must be married. You always hear women talk about how men don't take rejection well and how we pretty much have to protect ourselves because we don't know when a man is going to snap because you rejected him. I think women take rejection a lot harder than men. And it's not because women are weaker. It's because women aren't used to it. For ages, men have been the ones to pursue women. It hasn't been the other way around until recently. That's kind of a new concept. So for men, it's just part of the game. Approach, get curved, keep it moving. For women, approach, get curved, he must be. So men are conditioned to handle rejection. Well, some men, because some of these dudes out here are trash at handling rejection. But women, we just getting the memo. What y'all think about that?
There's a lot of men still willing to do the work, still willing to work hard. But if you're not reciprocating, why would he continue to be there?
Every girl loves to get a compliment, but we hate because all the men just give the compliment because they want to try to ask for your number. And we hate that and we feel that. But just give the compliment. She's going to be a bit sketchy, but that once you notice it was just a compliment, you can just say like, hi, I'm sorry, I just wanted to say, like, you look amazing. And you see there's no intention on it, like the guy doesn't want to push anything. Actually, she's going to look at oh, thank you. And then she's gonna feel good and you're gonna feel good. And like, unfortunately, the guy never does the move.
Boundaries are not banishment. Boundaries were never meant to destroy relationships. Healthy boundaries sound like this. I need you to speak respectfully. Or, that topic is off limits. Or, I need space right now. They don't sound like, you're dead to me. You'll never see your grandchildren again. You made me uncomfortable, so you're toxic. Scripture says to bear with one another in love. That requires maturity, not avoidance. Boundaries regulate relationships. They're not weapons to annihilate them.
One thing that modern women have to understand is that men didn't really They didn't stop trying. They just quit messing around with you is really what it is.
Men don't want to marry anymore because the risk outweighs the benefits. There's a risk that comes with marriage that essentially only benefits a woman. A man marries you and can only hope that one day you don't wake up and say, I feel like I don't love you anymore and I want to leave and you can't do anything about it. According to ASA, 70 to 80% of divorces are initiated by women. Among college-educated women, it jumps to 90%. You know what's crazy? I mean, a lot of us women don't have anything a man actually wants that we can bring to the table.
Approaching is simpler than you'd think. Here's the blueprint. So step 1, you see her, you don't wait, you don't think, you just move and approach her. 3 seconds maximum, or your brain will fill it with doubt. Step 2, open directly. Hey, I saw you from over there and I had to come say hi. So no tricks, no lies, just pure honesty. And step 3, transition, make an observation. Hey, you look like you're thinking about a deep subject. That's the most serious I've ever seen anyone drinking coffee. And then let the conversation flow. That's it. Open, transition, and that's it. Everything else is noise. The best approach in the world is the one you actually do.
You know, and once modern women understand that I don't want to read your list anymore, I don't want to feed into your delusion and your feelings of grandeur, maybe we'll have something. Maybe you'll have some self-awareness.
You can't teach accountability. Men, if she's not taking any accountability from the jump, don't wipe that girl up. She's not going to start in 3 years, 5 years, 10 years from now. It's probably just going to get worse because you've enabled her to not be accountable.
Right.
That's work that should be done before you get into a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Be with someone who makes everything a big deal. I knew Cody was the one when he started making everything about me a big deal. Whether it was a birthday or my favorite food, or I love flowers, so he gets me fresh flowers every Sunday. Or if it's me getting my nails done a new color and me being excited to show him, or getting a new dress. But he just makes me as a person feel extremely special, and like everything in life is a big deal. And so for you, don't be with someone who makes you feel small, who doesn't understand the little things about you that make you excited and happy, and who treats you like a queen and just celebrates you being you. That's how I knew he was the one.
Most of these guys out here aren't really broken. They're just fed up. They're just tired of the nonsense. You know, it's just foolish. It's a lot of foolishness going on, and the men are like, wow, wait a minute. Why am I in the middle of this when I can just go home?
Highest divorce rates, 2 women. Lowest divorce rates, 2 men. Highest rates, 2 women. Lowest rates, 2 men. 75 to 80% of divorces filed by women. Top reasons: boredom, unhappiness, no longer compatible. Highest rates for maltreatment of children by women. Women consume social media at a far higher rate than men. Women are also 3 times more likely to deal with mental health issues than men. When you share these statistics, you are automatically labeled a misogynist pick-me who hates women. But fortunately, I care more about truth than being accepted by the sisterhood.
Listen up, ladies. Don't you dare beg or ask a man to do things that should come natural. When someone truly loves you, they care about how you feel. You know, they care about the things they say and they do because they love you. You shouldn't ask a man to respect you. You shouldn't have to beg a man to text you, call you, check up on you, see how your day is going, take me out to eat, make me feel special. Those things come natural when someone genuinely, truly loves and cares about you. So I repeat myself. Don't you dare ask a man, beg a man to do something that should come natural.
At some point in time, keep on complaining about men not being chivalrous and men not being traditional. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. You need to line up or a man is not going to tolerate it.
This delay is going to rip them up. They are going to be so lonely. They're going to get older. They're not going to have kids. They're going to be women who build companies and build these things instead of building a family wind up feeling so empty and hollow inside, because at the end of the day, what really makes your life in that second half of life, your holidays with kids running around, cousins and people to visit. And my husband said something to me the other day. He said, every single woman I know, his mom, his mom's friends, there's an older like grandma type woman that, we became friends with. All of them are just saying the same thing, right? And they're all in their 60s and they're all like, I just want to be around my kids and I just want to be around my kids' kids. That's all they want to do.
What I've realized is this: the reason why men are not gentlemen anymore and chivalry is because, honestly, I think because being a nice guy is no longer rewarded with good treatment from women. Typically, when you're a nice guy, women treat you like
it's a bad woman. No.
That's a bad woman?
Yeah, if we're the minority.
Okay, how about all those guys that you have in friend zone right now that treat you well?
Well, they're not buying me anything. They're just being friends.
Which is being what? Nice, courteous. They're exemplifying some chivalrous traits more than likely.
Well, they probably haven't.
What does that
said
got them?
anything
Blue
about
ball.
what they really want. There's a difference.
Would you them if they came out with it? The answer is no.
I hate the answer.
No.
What about them? No. What I think about having a relationship with them?
So thank you. This is why being chivalrous backfires a lot of times.
I don't understand.
You don't understand because you're a woman. What I've realized is this: the reason why men are not gentlemen anymore and chivalry is
a lot of these modern women want men to be Captain Save Abroad. Those days are over, man. Those days are over. You used to have a society of men that would do that. But a lot of modern women have ruined that. They've destroyed it.
Imagine telling your husband you want to start walking 10,000 steps a day. And so now before you go to bed every night, he's like, so did you get your 10,000 steps? No.
These are literally the best men to be with because they're holding you accountable to your long-term goals. And yeah, maybe it is a little awkward when he asks you and you have to be like, no, I didn't do it. But I mean, I bet that makes you feel more motivated to do it the next day, right? Because he's gonna ask. I mean, imagine being married to a man that actually listens to you. Some ladies complain that that's not the case for them, so... And I know some ladies share goals to feel connected to their person, not to create a shared accountability contract. And I know you wanted him to be excited for you in that moment and then you not actually do it. But what he heard was, help me stay on track with this. And he's doing just that. And if that doesn't show care, I don't know what does. And sometimes accountability feels invasive when it happens. Everyone loves the idea of being held to their goal until they don't meet them. And a lot of men, they do that because they would love for you to do the same to them if they mention one of their goals, for you to be their biggest supporter.
A lot of these modern women really do have a problem respecting people. And at this point, it's not just men, it's people in general. Modern women really do think, and in some of these cases, it's literal, they think that they're above the law, and they wonder why they keep on running into the same bad positions.
Not a single one of you has the balls to say this, so I will. There's one reason you don't see equal great women in history. Not one. It's because women hate solitude. A woman's idea of being alone just means she doesn't have a boyfriend. Meanwhile, she's surrounded by her girls, her therapist, a group chat of emotional cheerleaders, and a backup football squad in her DMs. She's never alone. But when a man is alone, he's really alone. No safety net, no one to even talk to, just the piercing silence. That's where we meet the version of ourselves that we've been running from our whole lives. That's where we either break or we become dangerous. And women hate solitude, but men use it as a gym for their soul. That's why women post about empowerment and we build every single civilization on this earth.
The obvious difference between girlfriend and wife material, part 2. Hello, my name is Carla and restoring healthy mindsets is my thing. Disclaimer. By no means is this video or this series is meant to offend any woman or any woman in a relationship. While girlfriends don't trust their man, wives do. What does this mean? What this means is that while girlfriend material thinks that their man is going to cheat on them consistently, wives have trust in their man because they are confident in themselves. For example, girlfriend material is always asking him to send her his location, consistently texting, consistently calling, making sure that he's in the place that he said he was going when they're not together. And this mainly stems from insecurity, past hurt, and distrust. And that girlfriend mindset is seen so clearly and is so noticed by your man that it'll actually push him away. And by doing that, you are letting him know how scared you are of losing him. Now, wifeys, even though they're conscientious that their man might cheat on them, and there's a big possibility of that, they have trust in their man because they have set boundaries. They have made it very clear as to what their expectations are, so they are not worried if their man messes up because their life is not centered around their man. They choose to be with him, but they're not scared of losing him because they know their inner value.
A lot of these modern women, with their little list and things that they create, and they don't want a masculine man. They actually want a pansy. They don't want a man that knows how to be an actual man. They want a man on their terms. A man to act like they want that man to act.
What do men want in women? And what do women want in men?
Oh, just a small question.
Yeah, just a small one.
Oh my gosh. What? I've never had anybody ask me it that way.
Or, well, it could be worded like, what are a man's heart's desire and a woman's heart's desire?
One of my favorite phrases, heart's desire. Okay, let's start with men.
Yeah.
One is to be recognized for what they have worked hard to be. So their character, and especially the character that they've chosen. That one way to say it would be has to do with being honorable and doing the right thing, no matter how you feel, is the definition for them of being honorable. The right thing, no matter how you feel, and it could be a bad feeling or a good feeling. So when I said, the feelings are always at the bottom of the well, well, even when they share them with you, don't expect them to act on them.
What's up, baby?
Excuse me?
What's your name?
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you, but I'm good. I'm good.
What you mean? You at a party. What, you don't like the party?
Only with my man. We just came out because we was invited, that's all.
Oh, you got a man?
And do.
That's what all y'all say. Come on, man. You at a party, man. You gotta get loose at the party, man. You know what I'm saying? Your man ain't here. If he ain't here, then, just vibe out.
No, I'm okay. I'm pretty sure my man wouldn't like that either.
Man, I ain't spitting that man.
Ooh.
Come on, man. We gonna dance or not?
I said no. Baby!
What's up, baby? You alright?
Now I am.
Who is this?
I don't even know, baby.
Oh, this your girl?
Yeah, man. What's it to you? You ain't over here bothering.
Oh, no. I was
just
bothering
me.
You wanted something to drink? Something else to drink? I'm the waiter around.
Oh, just give me a double martini, please.
Okay. I'll be back in just a second.
All right, man.
Y'all lovely couple. Yeah. What's up, baby? You want to dance?
No, little Romeo, I'm straight. For real.
One dance ain't gonna hurt nobody. Come on.
Get your hands off me, DJ Quick.
My bad.
This ain't the night.
You got a man or something?
It don't matter if I got a man. What is you all in my business for? What's tea?
Okay.
Looking like you fold towels at the hotel. Yup, I'm on your all that hair sheen on them braids. Dry little bow wow, little brother.
You ain't gotta talk to me like that now.
I talk to you however I want to talk to you. You come up to me, talk to me.
Hold up, baby. Everything
This
okay?
your girl?
They don't answer nothing you're talking about. And is.
Why she so mean?
Well, she get it from my mama.
Don't be out here telling
If you are looking for a serious relationship, if you're looking for a partner in your life, then don't sleep with the guy too soon. Because even though you may feel connected to this man, a man does not bond through sex. A man bonds with a woman through spending time with her. He literally has to go through little sacrifices, like spending money on you, or like doing things for you. And that's why it's such a bad idea to sleep with him too early. Because two things can happen. The first is that he will be disappointed in you, because he will think that you are probably that easy with every man. And the second thing that can happen is that he will just lose interest in you, because he's not yet invested in you. And when there's no investment, there's also nothing to lose. His life will literally not change whether you're in it or not. My second tip is FaceTime him before you meet the guy, because this will save you so much time. When you FaceTime him, you will already have a very good impression of what kind of person this is and if he is worth going on a date. Because it's pretty awkward when you find out during the first 5 minutes of your date night that you actually don't like this guy. My other tip is don't expect to meet the one every time you go on a date. Because your whole date night, you will be focused on testing him to see if he checks all the boxes. So forget about your list with requirements and just try to enjoy. Because the more relaxed you are, the more you're actually open to attract the right person for you. And my last tip is, don't share your body count. You can tell me all you want. I know women are free to do whatever they want nowadays. But men will still judge you on how many men you have slept with.
So you're not married?
Nope.
Ever been?
Nope.
Wanna be?
Nope.
Don't you want a woman of your own?
What for?
Share your name, bear your children, be a companion?
They asked me to quit drinking, quit gambling, and save my money, and to about our aches and pains all day? No thanks.
Must be a lonely life.
It's a great life.
If you see a man that you like at the bar and you go up to him, immediately you're the golden retriever and he's a black cat. I don't even care if you end up in a relationship. Immediately the balance between feminine and masculine is out of tune. But here's what you're going to do instead. You're going to seduce him so he can start the chase. If you go into a bar and there's a guy that you like, or if you walk past a man that you like, if you see him in the city, at work, whatever, plant seeds for him to have to come your way. This man has to notice you. Look at him. Make eye contact, smile, shoulders back, chest open, chin high. You are going to walk in that room with confidence. You're gonna walk past that man as if you're on the place and God personally has sent you down to earth to seduce him. Step number 2, when you walk past him, drop something. Drop your lip gloss, drop your scarf, drop your handbag. He will pick up whatever you've dropped. Pro tip, if you wear a dress, men usually go squat down and pick up whatever is needed because, you know, if they're gentlemen and the lady's wearing a dress or a short skirt, they bow down for her. He will come approach you and say, excuse me, miss, you dropped your lipstick. Now he's the one taking initiative, speaking to you first, reaching out to you, and you are the black cat because he had to become the golden retriever to actually come your way. He had to pursue, he had to chase. Little did he know you were pulling the strings all along and you knew exactly what you were doing. Because men love to shine, they love to be the man, they love to be the hero. And this way, you let him have his hero moment. He's gonna feel so good about himself, and then you have a conversation. And then of course, you can then interact with him, speak with him, get to know him, whatever, and ideally he's gonna ask you for your phone number. But the key here is that you know this man has noticed you, that you play with your eye contact, that you play with your aura, with your energy, that you're open to him, that you're not hanging on the phone because you're so closed off from the work because you're so anxious and so scared. You have to embody pure feminine energy, radiance, and confidence. You are very welcome.
When will you realize that a woman will rearrange her schedule if she really wants to be with you? If she says no, then you go to the gym or you start looking for another woman, especially if you're looking for a wife or a long-term relationship. She can play that game with her orbiters, but she's not going to play it with you.
I'm at the train station in Italy right now, and I was just having this thought. What happened to the days when men would get up from a bench and let a lady sit down, especially an older lady? There are 3 benches in this train station, and they are occupied by all men.
Unpopular opinion, when you have a good man, it is not necessary for you to continue to remind that good man of the bad things that's happened to you in life from other men. You do not have to continue to remind him how you were hurt, how you were cheated on, how things didn't go right in your last relationship. Baby, he heard you the first time. He got it. He's not him. Do not try to make him pay for the mistakes that somebody else made. That is how you run a good man off.
Similarly, only 1 in 3 express any confidence in their dating skills, or like dating efficacy is the term that this report used. So they don't think that they're attractive enough to ask someone out. They're not sure how that they would be able to express their emotions to a potential partner. They're not sure that they'd be able to bounce back if, you know, they got rejected or relationship ended. So although they seem to, you know, want connection, they don't really know how to get it and are sort of opting out.
I want a boyfriend so bad. I want him to hold my hand and take me to the movies, drive me around and tell me I'm pretty, go thrifting with me, tell me about his favorite things. I want a boyfriend. I really do. But I feel so guilty because that's not fully true. Because the bitter truth is a boyfriend won't fix me. I don't want a person. I just want to be less lonely. Because he'll make me feel pretty, won't he? I want to feel pretty. But I don't want a boyfriend. I want the idea of him.
for you.
Ladies, listen to me. Everything that men do is 100% intentional. Everything that a man does, he does it with intention. You guys are living in La La Land. You guys have been watching Disney too much. I need you guys to wake up and smell the coffee. Everything that a man does is 100% intentional. Okay? So if he's not replying to you after so many hours, if he's taking hours to reply back to you, he knows what he's doing. If he hasn't spoken to you in weeks, he knows what he's doing. If he's texting you but not planning a date, he knows what he's doing. He has a plan, and that plan just means you're not included in that.
Y'all, so newly single, testing out the waters, you know, seeing what's in this dating pool. There ain't here. But there was a guy recently who was like, I was like, do you think I'm crazy? And he was like, no, but I do have opinions. And I was like, well, what's your opinion? Let me know. And he was like, well, I think you're conceited. And I was like, as I should be. Because if I was insecure, then you would say that I was insecure and crazy. So he's like, well, I'd rather you be insecure so I could control you. What? No. Never will happen. And I'll stick to being conceited and uncontrollable. Thank you.
I have a question. It is going to sound judgmental, and I'm actually just coming from a place of genuine ignorance. I saw a video where a guy was like, when your girl asks for money, round up. $7 for a matcha, give her 10. $70 for her nails, give her 100. Then he gave more examples where he rounded up. Congratulations. But I'm confused as to the premise of the video. What do you mean when your girl asks for money? Are we asking our boyfriends for money? What was all the waves of feminism for? What do you mean? You're asking for money to do your nails? Why? Why are we asking for money to alter our own body in some capacity? And I know nails are a small scale example of that, but still.
Impossible. Is this AI? I've seen AI accounts on this app and they're getting too real, but this is pushing it. This is terrifying. I almost fell for this. There's no way. 2026. Is the world finally healing?
This is a panel of average women. I'm not saying that to insult you.
I don't give a
It's a very average panel, and I think I'm in some ways being a bit generous here. There's record high levels of delusion among women. Y'all really think you're more attractive than you actually are. And look, what that's going to translate to is you're going to be chasing after a caliber of guy you'll never get. When you finally settle down for the guy who's actually willing to be in a relationship with you, you're going to have so much resentment for this guy because you're thinking about that guy had more money, that guy was better in bed, that guy was better looking, all these factors, because y'all waiting until 30 to get married, to start a family, to have kids. You've been ran through, you've had a bunch of and then the guy who's actually on your league, who you think you're settling for, but it's actually your equivalent, you think you're dating down. You're going to resent that man. It's going to be a bedroom within a couple of years.
You shouldn't change your standards of the way you love or anything just because of the general public, what they think or what the statistics is. I don't give a fuck about
I don't even care if I...
So one thing that my boyfriend did that I thought was so funny, he's like, listen, there's one rule in the jacuzzi. I'm like, what? He's like, there's no bathing suits. And I was like, what? Come on. He's like, no, it ruins the pH. You can't have a bathing suit in there. I'm like, okay. But it was so funny. But sure enough, we're both naked in the jacuzzi. Goes back to the endearing nature of boys being fucking boys. One of the things that makes women see men as more boyfriend material is when they can go back and forth between flirty, deviant, fun, almost like teenage boy, not unapologetic about his sexuality, and safe, good guy, that creates that feminine containment that we're talking about. A man that can juggle both of these roles, very, very erotic. We see these guys as having true potential, but it's the men that are apologetic with their sexuality and therefore they attach shame to it, so they don't want to go there. Those men fail because they stay in like just white knight, nice guy frame, or go too far the other side where they are just boys and really they don't have any of the feminine containment, that women, might even have fun with, but then they're long term, they're like, I don't want. If you can juggle both, this is where boyfriend material lives.
The first and the most obvious place where you will meet a single man is at the gym. But the only gym you are going to go to from now on is the gym that has a very elevated section for weightlifting. And that means that you're going to forget about your Pilates class because you'll never find a single man in there. You will find single men at the gym because they have more time to invest in themselves, and they invest in themselves because they want to impress the single ladies. But it's very important that you present yourself at the weight section during the hours that the single man will be there. And that's either early in the morning before they start to work or after dinner at night, because it's also a way for them to socialize with other single men, because men who are in relationships will be home with their partners. And now about your attitude. You're going to leave your headphones home and your phone will be in your locker. And if a guy looks at you and you think you like that guy, you're going to give him a smile. And I'm telling you this because research has shown us that when a man sees a woman smile at him, it encourages him to maybe go up and talk to her. And if nobody starts to talk to you, the best way to get attention from a man is to ask him for help. And the second hotspot where you will meet single men is on a Saturday or on a Sunday morning at the supermarket or at the grocery shop. And because he's good in food prep, he will buy his provisions on the weekend before he socializes with friends and family. And you're going to dress up, look cute, and you're going to ask any man you like to get you something from the top shelf.
My name is Casey and I make mostly videos for lesbians, but sometimes I answer your dating and relationship questions. I got a question today that I'm going to do my best to answer as kindly and honestly as possible. So here's a question. I have a lot of trouble getting a woman to date. Why is it that women will talk to other women and hang out together, but they never want to do this with a man? Okay, I'm lesbian, so we're not going to approach this from my perspective. We're going to approach this from the perspective of a straight or bisexual woman. Why would a straight or bisexual woman feel more comfortable spending time with women than spending time with a man? And the answer is, it's not all men, but it's almost always a man who will overstep a woman's boundaries, not take no for an answer, who will try to use kindness as currency, expecting something in return. And so there's a reason that women have learned that it is safer to choose a bear in the woods than a man. Don't be like those men. If you want women to want to spend time with you, don't use kindness as currency. Don't expect things in return. Just be a decent human being and respect her boundaries. Take no for an answer. And also recognize that if she doesn't want to spend time with you, that's okay too. She has agency and she should get to choose. So if you want to know why women don't want to spend time with men, it's because women have learned over time that it's not always safe. And if you want to be a man that women want to be around, do better, do differently.
You can meet a man at work and he can be working at McDonald's. He can be working somewhere where you would probably never date a man who worked there, but a good man is a man that's going to get up and go to work every single day. He might not have the best job, but he's going to get up and go to work. A good man is the kind of man that's accountable to something bigger than him, like God. He has a spiritual core and core values that he sticks to. He might not be perfect. He might not get it right all the time, but he's accountable to something. He's not just walking around wayward, right? A good man ain't a perfect man, right? But he's going to care about things that are beyond himself. Some of y'all look at men who are selfless, who would help a woman whose tires pop down the road, and you will feel threatened by that, or you would feel some type of way because he gets the door for a woman that is not you. That's a good man. But oftentimes we attribute him being a good man to whether he makes a lot of money, him being a good man to if he's popular in the earth. It makes him a good man if he's popular to God. It makes him a good man if he wakes up every day and he go get it and he do his best to go get it. It makes him a good man when he cares about things beyond what benefit him. Genuinely good men do things that don't benefit themselves sometimes. They do things because that's who they are. That's not something they want to benefit from. That's just who they are. And so before you turn down a good man because he's not in a proper uniform or he's not making the amount of money that you think he should make, or he's not popular by social standards, but he's popular with God, he's popular with people as it relates to his character, before you throw that away, you better start reevaluating what you really want to raise your children, what you really want to build a life with and build a life on. A good man is way more than money, power, status, and looks.
It does seem like they do put in less effort.
Australian men are nonchalant, will not approach women.
Everyone wants different things. Everyone's looking for different things. And I think that's why communication is really important, because like Some people are dating to marry. Some people are dating to get laid. Some people are dating to potentially find someone and they're kind of just seeing how it goes. But I think like being really clear with your intention is important. And I feel like women do a good job of that. But I think that in general, Australian men, it does seem like they do put in less effort.
No, when modern women say, I want a man to commit, what that really means for a lot of these wrong-headed modern women is, well, you know, commitment could mean lawyers. It could mean custody disputes. It could mean child support payments. Men aren't stupid. I know what you're about to do. I know what you're up to.